It's Monday morning in the fabulous Florida Keys. As I'm sure anyone that owns a television or a radio knows, we've had some stormy weather all weekend long. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty. This is ordinarily my morning market MLS update video I do every day right about this time, where I report all the new listings that have come on the market in Key West and the lower Keys in the last 24 hours. That being said, I'm sure nobody's surprised to hear there were no new listings to come on the market in the last 24 hours in the Florida Keys. But today, let's talk about Hurricane Debby. Tropical Storm Debby did grow up and become a hurricane overnight. It did hit Florida about 15 minutes ago, but way up north, up towards Steinhatchee. The media once again made it out to look like the Florida Keys were going to get blown off the map. We were going to get annihilated with wind and weather. The media lies. Every single hurricane season, my phone frantically rings from people up north telling me, get out of the Keys, get out of the Keys, get out of the Keys. Yes, we did have a little bit of wind, or I should say a lot of wind. Yes, we did have a lot of rain. It still is pretty windy outside right now. I was just out in the yard before doing this video. It is not even raining at this present moment. It's about 7:35 on Monday morning. If you want to know about the weather in the Florida Keys, don't listen to the media, don't listen to the Weather Channel, don't listen to CNN. You can always call me direct. My personal cell is 305-731-0501. Call anyone who lives in the Keys. Listen to people that are actually here and not people that are here with the newscast trying to sell ratings. People that are here just keeping an eye on their home, making sure there is no damage in case we do have a storm. I mean, we definitely have had some major hurricanes come through here, and we have had some damage in the 33 years I've lived here. But absolutely nothing like they've had in the Panhandle or Louisiana or even the Midwest coast of Florida or the Carolinas. The Florida Keys savior, I was going to say the Key West savior, but most of the Florida Keys saviors seem to be Jamaica and Cuba. If it hits Jamaica and goes to the south of Jamaica, we know it's going to hit up around Texas, Louisiana. If it goes in between Jamaica and Cuba, we know it's going to hit anywhere from Mississippi, Alabama to the Panhandle. Usually if it hits Cuba, it breaks up a little bit, and that's when it'll hit the west coast from like Tampa up to the Panhandle. And if it goes north of Cuba, we tend to get spared again. It hits the north coast of the east side of Florida, or it hits Georgia and the Carolinas. The Florida Keys actually are a very hurricane-safe place, regardless of what the media wants you to believe and what the news tells you. We're protected by a lot of other bigger islands that the hurricanes hit before they get to us, and they break up a little bit. That's the reality of true hurricanes from somebody who is sitting in Key West right this moment, who sat in Key West throughout this storm. I've lived in the Florida Keys for a little over 33 years. I was in Big Pine Key for about 5 years. Then I've been in Key West in the same house ever since. In all 33 years, I have only left once for one hurricane. And that turned out to be a hurricane that didn't even hit us. It was Hurricane Ivan back around 2004. It might have been 2003, but it was back around then. That's the one and only time I ever left, and I did that because the people who were born and raised in Key West were packing up their houses and leaving. And when you see people like that leaving, you know it's time to go. Otherwise, I'd rather be in my house stuck in a hurricane than be trying to get out and risk one car accident in front of me and be stuck in a traffic jam on the 7 Mile Bridge when it came through. If you want any updates on the weather, you need to know anything about the weather, or if you own a home in the Keys and you're up north and you want to know what the status of your home is, assuming it's in Key West or the lower Keys, call me. I'll be glad to drive by and take photos. If it's north of the middle Keys or a little north, I'll still do it, but it may not be today. I have to go assess my own yard. I looked outside real quickly, and there's no damage whatsoever, and I haven't heard from any of my neighbors that anyone's had any damage. So I'm not expecting any, but just in case we get in the aftermath of the weather, I'd rather not cross the 7 Mile Bridge today. But if you live from Big Pine down, I'll be happy to go look at it. And if you live on the other side of the 7 Mile Bridge, Anything that happened that's done to your house today is going to still be there tomorrow. I'll be glad to do it then. You can reach me direct at 305-731-0501. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty.